welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nicole or Nikki. Whatever you prefer to call me, I'm fine with either. I am excited to film this video today because we are filming an updated glute routine. I'm currently sitting outside the gym. I just wanted to record the short intro because once I go in, I don't think I'll be talking. Later, I will record a voiceover of what I'm going to be doing, explaining what I like to do, why I like to do it, explaining the exercises, good form, etc. On my channel, I already have a glute workout routine, but that is from the beginning of this year. It has been, I think, I don't know, 7 or 8 months, 7 or 6 months since that video was posted, and I thought I'd just kind of record an updated routine. I also post shorts on my YouTube shorts and also on my Instagram and TikTok. If you don't follow me on those. If you rather just see the exercises I do and you don't want to see the long version, the full explained version of it, just go on over there or go on to my YouTube shorts and you will see my current glute routine. Okay, so I'm super excited to get started. I will see you guys in there. Hey guys, so let's get into this workout. The first thing I'm going to be doing is some dynamic stretching. If you don't know the difference between dynamic stretching and static stretching, dynamic stretching, you are constantly moving. You are flowing through the movements of the stretch, whereas static stretching, you are kind of holding that position for at least 5 to 10 seconds. As you can see, I am constantly moving my legs. I'm constantly going through the motions of the stretch. I am not staying in place. I am not holding that position for more than 2 seconds. It's really important to make sure you're stretching right before you work out. You want your legs to be nice and warmed up. You want your legs to be at its optimal flexibility before you start lifting heavy. I never skip stretching. I spend at least 10 minutes before I start my workout simply just stretching. And honestly, it feels amazing, especially if you're someone who doesn't usually stretch on your off days. Make sure you find the time to stretch right before, okay? So I don't really know what these are called. I'm not really doing any reps in my head. I'm kind of just doing it until I no longer want to do it. It feels nice. As you can see, I kind of do that leg for a pretty long time. I just kind of lock in, get in my head, and just flow through the movement. All right. There's 2 more stretches that I do that is not recorded that I just wanted to talk about. Leg swings are a very good stretch. I love those. And also open and close the gates. You do that standing up, lifting up your leg to a right angle, opening out your hip, and then closing it back. Both are 2 very good stretches if you wanted some more stretch ideas. Okay, moving on to the actual workout. So I sped this part up a little bit because it takes me such a long time to set up for this first exercise, which is going to be hip thrusts. I'm someone who prefers to use the barbell instead of the machine in my gym. I just I really don't like the way it feels like. It's just, I don't know, my form is always off when I use that machine. Each gym has different types of hip thrust machines, and the one my gym has is just not, it's not for me. So I will spend the time to set up my hip thrust little area, and yeah. So as you can see, I'm going to do 4 sets of 12, I think that's what it says, of regular hip thrusts. And then I go into cast hip thrust, which is a shortened movement of regular hip thrust. And then I do a 10-second hold at the end of it. What's very important for hip thrusts is you want to make sure your chin is tucked to your chest and your legs are at a 90-degree angle. It's kind of difficult to tell from my angle of this camera view, but my legs are at a nice 90-degree angle, and my head kind of looks like it's not super tucked, but trust me, it is tucked. Okay? It's very tucked. And as you just saw, I just did cast hip thrust, which was the shortened movement, and then I did a hold. Usually, I wait about a minute and a half in between each set, and yeah, I go into the next. Hip thrusts are literally my least favorite exercise, one, because it takes a long time, but I also love them because it hurts so, so good. The pain is so, so good. I'm telling you, this is the number one exercise if you really want to grow your glutes. If you really want that round area, this is the best exercise to grow your glute maximus. It's beautiful. I never skip this exercise. It's always the first thing I do. It's a compound exercise. Very important to start with your compound exercises before you go into your isolation exercises. So, if you want to try hip thrusts, I suggest starting with the hip thrust machine or using a Smith machine, which is also really good if your gym doesn't have barbell equipment or just any type of free weights. Another good alternative is dumbbells. Sometimes if I'm doing like a quick workout at home, I'll just take a dumbbell and put it on my hips and use that to hip thrust while I'm leaning on, like, I have like a bench at home. But if you don't have a bench, um I don't know, maybe a chair if you can lean it up against the wall, or maybe sometimes even a couch or like your coffee table if you can lean it up against the wall. You could easily do these things at home. You don't need a gym to do these things. Okay, moving on to RDLs, another one of my faves. I absolutely love RDLs. It actually took me a very long time to start feeling it in my glutes. This one, you really have to have really great form. Otherwise, you could end up just feeling it kind of in the back of your legs, your hamstrings, or just not feeling it at all. But again, I'm going to use a barbell, and you see those little straps on my wrists. Yeah, they just help with my grip. I got them from Amazon. I have a really weak grip. I'm trying to work on it. I really am. But It's just too heavy. My legs can lift way more than my arms can. So my first set, I do one set of 12 with no extra weight. I just want to mention that this bar is 20 kilograms, which is about 44 pounds. So technically it's no weight, but it is weight. So I'm doing this with 44 pounds for my first set, and then every set after that, I have weight. So the thing you want to pay attention to with your form here is you really want to have a slight bend in the knee. You want to have your head in a neutral position, and you want to push back with your hips like you're closing a car door. It's very important not to lead with your upper body. It's so easy to do that. You really want to focus on leading with your hips. Another way to think of it is kind of like doing a hip thrust, but standing up. You know, you're leading with your hips and you're always engaging your glutes. Whenever I go to the top, I'm squeezing, 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 squeezing. But most of your muscle gain will be from the position where you're pushing back, like you're pushing back the car door. You're stretching that muscle to its full potential. Remember, mind and body connection is so very important, especially with RDLs. If you are not focused on your glutes, I'm telling you 100%, you are absolutely not going to feel it in your glutes. I am thinking only about my glutes and thinking about how to push it back as far as I can to get maximum stretch in that muscle before I push forward and squeezing it as much as I can. I also recommend starting with dumbbells if you are not used to using a barbell or even a Smith machine before you head to a free weight barbell. It would really help in balance when you're doing these RDLs. Okay, moving on to kickbacks. This is one of my favorite isolation exercises. I'm sorry about the angle. I really wish I set this up better, but I was really trying not to be in other people's way. However, so I am starting with my right leg. It's connected to the cable, and I don't know if you caught it in the beginning, but with my left leg, I step over that cable before I start kicking back. It's just another type of variation for kickbacks. You don't have to do that. I just think I personally feel it in my glutes more when I do this type of variation of kickbacks rather than the normal version. What's very important here is I have a slight bend in my standing leg and I'm kicking at an angle. So my foot isn't going straight up, it's kind of turned out a little bit. And I'm kind of working the top of my glute and also the side of my glute a little bit. Okay, moving on to the last and final exercise. We are going to be doing a glute burnout. My favorite is the hip abduction machine. This is chef's kiss. The burn is so, so good. We start with the exercise where you get a really nice burn, and you end with the exercise where that burn is double the pain. I'm telling you. So I just want to apologize about the angle again. I really wish you could see my feet. I'm sorry about that. But in the little foot slots, my foot isn't placed flatly down. My heel is kind of slipped into the hole, and like my toes are sticking up. If you have one of these machines, I feel like you would know what I'm talking about. It's hard to explain when you can't see it, but I just think it's very important to note. And I'm also engaging my core and bending slightly forward. I'm not sitting straight back. I never sit straight back. I always am crunched forward just slightly in order to really feel those glutes. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below if you have any suggestions for me. I'm always open to other suggestions from people when it comes to fitness. I love taking new tips. I love trying out new exercises that may help in muscle growth or just toning and physiquing my body. So please don't hesitate to comment anything, or if you have any questions for me. Again, follow me on my Instagram and TikTok, and you will see more tips, more videos. I don't post on YouTube as often as I want to, but Instagram and TikTok I'm pretty active on. So if you want to see more of me, please go over there and subscribe and follow, not subscribe, just follow me on there if you like. Otherwise, yeah, I think that's all I have to say for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you were able to take something from my workout routine that you can incorporate in your workout routine. All right, bye y'all.